And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants.
Let's go, let's go! Set up, 70, Indy. Ricky. Let go.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
And 12 at the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
You got nothing.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. And I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. From the gun, Yates. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 41-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They will run for the first time here with White. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Go. 180. 58, come on. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the Giants' 43-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Get in the weight room.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Here we go. 180. Dig.
this on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Jacobs now, and across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Leo! Alert 3! Under 10! Under 5!
On second down, Jacobs. And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
65! Kill!
On first down, it's Evans. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the pass.
Here's a 2nd and 7. It's caught, Smith. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one a first down pickup of 8.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Set. 56. Check 56. You're out. You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. Out. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
They'll run on first down. It's Scott. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Whip. Watch the whip. Shift. Watch the shift.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Down. 90 Wolf. 59. Mike to 59. You don't want none. Pick up the ball. Ready?
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
At the 10-yard line.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Watch the slats.
2nd and 10. stepping up. He's touchdown, Giants. Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that
It got his man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there. 76 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And that is how you retaliate after getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
almost feels like two boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Yates, and that's caught by Smith. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Tight down. There you go. Check safety. Check safety. Slam. 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 Big edge. Big edge. Big edge. Rush on. Go on. Rush in. Check. Get it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 23. A big pickup of 38. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then, So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Look, squeeze.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Sam off. Check. Lucky. He's cracked.
Running is Jacobs. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Set. 60 or.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Rock it. Leo. Quick dance. Come. Snap.
He's got Burton here. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Tighten up. Hard. Switch.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, you got 3 out, man.
To throw, it's Wentz. He's got White here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
You better be afraid of me.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
180. Man left, man left. Four down, check. Four down.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the 29-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Wentz going to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Here we go, D, get off the field.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And this one is right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That that would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have kept it on the ground.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You can't block me. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check. Crunch. Under crunch. Ready.
Looking to throw. Yates. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Check the backer.
From the gun, Yates. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. He'll field this at the 5. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
that.
Super tough.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. This for his running back, McCoy. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Here we go.
1st down, here's White. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. The Eagles on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Rip left, rip left.
Wentz now to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Now on 4th down, Doug Peterson turns it over to the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. On first down, it's Evans, and a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, check, check. Watch twist. Watch twist. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight.
And an alley to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read.
Ready? 59, mark. Check, check, 59. Come on, D. Check, check 43. Joker, 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 joker. Watch out. Go on. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ready? 30 base.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He's at the 50. And a cut to the right and some open field here. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Always fun to watch a big boy pick it up and go. He may need a little oxygen on it. He may need a lot of oxygen on the sideline.
Not only that, how about you and me trying to balance ourselves up here because you can feel the shaking all the way up to the booth. That big guy trying to get it to the house.
Double time. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Wentz to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Hey, Charlie! 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. So that'll back them up 5. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before half for Wentz. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Wentz now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Now a carry for White. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2 times. You got 3 down. Great. Kill.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, White. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
At the 50-yard line.
Waiting! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
They keep it on the ground. White again. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on third.
Even. Fourth down. Even. Hey, watch number 33. Watch number 33.
Wentz. He finds McCoy. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing on first is Wentz. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
5-9. I got number 23. I got you, 23. Bring it.
Throwing now is Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's third and inches.
Hey, we got four down.
Now Wentz again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So they dial up the blitz on third and inches. It pays off.
And frankly, they were probably dialing up a run blitz, expecting him to run it in that situation. But instead, they end up back at the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Oh, that was never on target. It's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. And, boy, this is typically certainly one of the better kickers in the game. We're not used to seeing him miss 3 times from field goal range.
No, we certainly aren't. It is very out of character. He's probably had seasons where he's missed 3 field goals. Just goes to show you, no one's immune.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Yates is going to fire one deep over the middle. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 there.
To throw is Wentz. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They stay on the ground with White. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
I hope you brought your rest, because I'm about to take you to school.
357.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Rock it.
On 2nd down, it's Scott. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On the ready.
50, Mike, 50. Oh, yeah.
Leo.
Check.
Ready.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st and 10, Yates. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. To throw on 2nd down. Yates got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards, good for a giant first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On first down, it's Evans. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Yates, this one into the hands of Burton. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards and a giant first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Silver.
Shift. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Now a carry for Jacobs. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Go. Check 99. Slam.
They'll run it with Jacobs, and this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
He's checking. Crash. Ready.
second down now. It's Evans, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Hey, high 7.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Defense, win check.
Operating from the gun. Yates. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz, he's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
15 line. Look, squeeze.
31, check 31. 25, check 25, check 25. Check.
Go.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Check.
Hey, Sam off.
Here's Scott. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On second down, it's Jacobs. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to bring up a third down. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Hard. You're out. Under 10. Kill. SOS. Fight.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Here we go. Ready?
90 is the mic, and let's get that home.
Trey 15.
What's the curl?
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. To throw is Wentz. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
From his end zone, it's Wentz on third and long. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on fourth down. Wentz to throw for it on fourth. And Wentz will not be able to get rid of it. He's taken down for a safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
A loss of a yard. Brings up second.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Giants, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll try again next week at home against